the rollover from Pilates mat. I like to think of this exercise as sort of the advanced version of short spine massage on the reformer. Because on the reformer, you actually have the feet in the straps. You have something to push against, something to establish some opposition through. With this, you have to do it with your own body. And also, in terms of the theory of it, what's cool about it in the mat sequence that you don't get in the reformer is that it's basically like an inverted roll-up. So we know for our roll-up that we have this curling sternum to pubic bone, arms long and low to get light head, light heels. We curl through as far as we can on sacrum, wide elbows. As we transfer to sits bone, we curl forward as far as we can while curling deep into that sits bone, not losing sits bone. We have a very similar idea just from the opposite end when we do rollover. So we'll come onto the back. We're going to have knee to ceiling, knee to ceiling. So we can first feel weighted sacrum. Then we're going to have the legs long, and we're going to start down at the 45. With this, you'll notice my ribs like to jut out, so I have to really keep that connection of pubic bone sternum while I'm heavy in my sacrum. That's going to almost slightly unweight my head. Then, thumbs with palms long next to the hips. As I start to come over, the goal immediately is to try to, just like corkscrew in a way, the goal is to try to lift the seat up and off, like I'm curling up the body of my sacrum into the beginning of the low back. Then I come up and over, pushing the palms into the floor, wrapping the shoulders. I slowly weight transfer up my spine. I'll actually start to let, like classical, Joe's archival mat, I'll start to let my palms actually roll to the ceiling. That helps me to wrap my shoulders a bit. And I only go as far as I'm about to get to the bony nub of my neck, my C7. We don't want any weight in the head whatsoever. We only go as far as we can keep our weight curling our sternum to pubic bone. We keep our weight below the C7. We open hip width apart. We flex the feet. And then we start to come all the way down as the palms start to then roll back to the floor. We come down to sacrum. Make sure to not lose the sternum pubic bone connection, but maintaining that, curling that sternum to pubic bone as the legs come down. And you'll notice the head bobs down with you. Then we'll have a long foot, heels together. We come up and over. I'm trying to roll through my sacrum and lift my butt up off the ground. As I come up and over, my palms will roll to the sky. I go as far as I can stay below my C7 with my weight center. I come hip width apart, I flex the feet, and I come all the way back down as the palms roll to the floor, incrementally weight shifting all the way down to sacrum, keeping my sternum pubic bone connection. Because again, what is this in this position? We're already in a teaser. We're constantly in that position of keeping our sternum pubic bone connection to unweight the head, unweight the heels. Then we would do the opposite thing for 3. So we come hip width apart, flex the feet as we come up and over, curling up sacrum, all the way up just shy of C7. Heels together, we point the feet, and we come all the way back down again. The classical version, you don't actually move the palms at all. The archival version, Joe's original mat, you do. You rotate them as you come up and over. So we'll do it with the rotation this time. I flex the feet hip width apart. I come up and over, trying to lift my seat, rolling palms to the ceiling. I keep my weight. I keep curling sternum pubic bone to keep my weight under my C7. As my heels touch, I point my feet and I roll back down the spine with control. No momentum. I'll do one more as I come hip width apart, flexing the feet, trying to curl to lift, to roll up the sacrum and float it up off the ground as if I could do it vertically, and then come up as high as I can with the seat. Palms roll to the ceiling to wrap the shoulders, heels together. As I'm maximally lifted in the seat, I'm curled sternum pubic bone, so I'm under my C7 in weight bearing. I point the feet as heels to come back together, and we roll all the way back down again. To transfer to our leg circles, one leg will come down, so left leg will come down, and we make sure we maintain that sternum pubic bone connection, so we actually have light head, light heel. The weight center's still in my sacrum because, again, this is just a version of a teaser constantly. We're constantly maintaining that ability to establish that tensegrity, that connection through the entire body to ground us into our principal weight center, which when we're supine, that is our sacrum. Let me know how that feels in your body. As always, I like to prepare any Pilates work with the monkey body rocking, mashing, rolling, because that rolling, that centripetal conditioning, that 360-degree against gravity conditioning really makes it possible to comprehensively fire our core and really establish grounded, connected weight centers through a long and light body. So let me know how that feels for you. And if you'd like any more information on the Therapeutic Movement Mastery Program, I'd be happy to fill you in. You can always shoot me a DM.